Hi.
My name.
Hi.
I'm from Ghana and I'm Jewish.
What is dual citizenship?
What are multicultural?
Race and racism.
Hello, my name is Sevamenu Ankukwaku. I am from Ghana in West Africa. You are invited to be part of this program entitled We the Children. We are the children of this planet Earth. We are the citizens of this world and tenants of our various countries.
My name is Yu Zhou. I come from China. We children are born into countries not by our choices, but by the choices of our parents or by circumstances.
Меня зовут Kirill Afudegay. I am 9 years old. My mother comes from Ukraine and my father from Ghana. As citizens of our country, we have many responsibilities towards it. Our country is also responsible to us in many ways.
أنا اسمي بول صالح. أنا عمري 10 سنين. أنا لبناني. كتير أوقات نحن الأولاد نعلق بحروبات الكبار بلشوها. My name is Paul Saleh. I am 10 years old. I am Lebanese. Sometimes we the children are plunged into wars that adults started.
We, the children of the world, are visiting a very special citizen of this world. He travels all over the world to negotiate and talk about peace. He is known as the man of peace. Can you guess who this man is? Well, he is His Excellency Busumuru Dr. Kofi Annan. We, the children, have his permission to address him as Uncle Kofi.
My name is Kristen Wilson. I was born in Ghana, but I live in the UK with my parents. The Busumuru title was given to Uncle Kofi Annan, the 7th Secretary General of the world. He in the United Nations won the Nobel Prize for finding peace in the world. Uncle Kofi, before Ziva takes over, I'd like to know the meaning of your title, Busumuru.
Because it's a very powerful sword, and the person who holds it is a strong person who uses his strength to protect the weak.
Uncle Kofi Annan is married to Auntie Nan Annan. They have 3 children. Auntie Nan Annan loved children. She wrote a book for us about the United Nations.
Because I wrote books for children about the UN. I have no role within the UN, but I felt I could talk about what I have seen the UN doing around the world, out in the field, for people just to be able to go to school, to help them feed themselves, to help them with microfinance projects. And the second book I got inspired by right here in Ghana, when we were in Annan, and I was writing a book about water for children called Tip and Top, The Adventures of 2 Water Drops. And then once when we came here, we went to the wonderful Busumuru ceremony, and then we continued up north. And I went to a village, Wudua, where the women in the village had helped to bring water to the village. And they met with me, and they told me what that meant for them. That now the children didn't have guinea worm before, even when the children who they carried on their back had guinea worm, and the husbands were sick when the farming was starting. But now with the water there, they could have nurseries, they could develop and sell their produce, and the children could go to school instead of walking for miles to get water.
Bonjour, mon nom c'est Mariam Soda, de nationalité sénégalaise. Je vais au collège Sacré-Cœur, j'ai 11 ans. Et je voudrais devenir comme Kofi Annan parce qu'il a beaucoup lutté contre la pauvreté, la guerre.
Hi, my name is Sue. I'm from Cameroon. I'm 10 years old. I go to school at École Actuelle Bilingue. I appreciate Kofi Annan because he was against war in Iraq by the US and its allies.
Bom dia, eu chamo Yuri, estudo na escola Actuelle Bilingue, tenho uns anos, sou da Guiné-Bissau. Eu gostaria de ser como o Kofi Annan porque lutou contra as guerras, contribuiu para que haja paz no mundo, na África e na Guiné-Bissau.
Hi, my name is Majigen. I am 12 years old. I go to the college, West African College of the Atlantic. I'm Senegalese. I like Kofi Annan because he's a man of peace. He was against poverty. He was not for countries that fight between each other. Me too, I think that it's not good, and I think also that it have to stop.
Uncle Kofi, how was it like for you growing up as a child in Ghana? What was your world like?
It was a very happy world, very exciting. Like all children, we were sometimes rascally. We got into trouble at school sometimes. We were supposed to work hard and play hard. I'm not sure we always got the balance right, but that's the way it should be. And I had lots of friends. We played lots of games. I played soccer. I used to run, and I used to tease my friends, and they used to tease me. And it was also that at the time when the fight for independence or the debate about independence was going on. So at school we sometimes mimicked what the older ones were doing, discussed politics and behaved as if we were engaged in the political struggle. In a way we were, but from the distance, when we were in secondary school like you are.
Hi, I'm David Berlin, and I'm Jewish. Uncle Kofi, why is it that all human beings can't live together peacefully? I mean, all adults, they're always talking about problems with borders and crossing borders. Why can't we just all live wherever we want peacefully?
You know, borders and states were created to avoid more wars. And yet sometimes wars have been fought over the borders. It's a bit like being in school. Each child has his or her desk, and you know where you go to each morning. It's orderly. If you didn't have those borders, you know where your chair is or which class you are in, and you all came in and became free for all, it would be a rather chaotic environment. And we try to do the same with the world by drawing borders, indicating these people have this territory, they belong here, and they know when they travel where they return to. But the world has become so open and such a big village that people are crossing borders much more frequently than they used to. And we should be much more tolerant about receiving outsiders, and outsiders should do the same to us. But the border idea was done in order to introduce some order out of chaos. And the best way is to look at it by looking at your own school environment, outside the sky with a classroom, with your desk, and knowing where you have to go and what you have to do.
僕の名前は大野ウィリアム・ファーナムです。お母さんは日本人で、お父さんはアメリカ人です。アナおじさん、二重国籍って何ですか？ 僕たちに教えてください。My name is William Farnham. My mom is Japanese, and my dad is American. Uncle Annan, what is dual citizenship? How does it work? What are the rules of it? Could you please teach us?
Dual citizenship means one person can have two different nationalities and can hold two different passports. A person can be a Ghanaian citizen and at the same time a British citizen. They could have the two citizenship either because one of the parent comes from is British and the other Ghanaian, or a Ghanaian who was born in United Kingdom and is entitled to British passport but is also entitled to Ghanaian passport and therefore can either hold the two passports or choose or select one of them.
Hi, my name is Andrew Jennings. I'm 10 years old and I am an African American. Uncle Kofi, we know that you always travel to different parts of the world to solve problems and to work to unite all the nations of the world. What are multicultural, multinational, and multisocial societies?
I am Emma Kaminsa. I am 6 years old. My parents are Ghanaians, but with a British passport. Nana Kofi, why are we children citizens of the world?
I'm Isabel Levin, and I'm an American, and I was wondering what it takes to be a citizen of a country.
We are normally citizens of the countries we are born in. And the fact that we are born a citizen of this country should not encourage us to become so nationalistic that sometimes we reject others who are not of the same nationalities. But children have a role to play as they grow up. They must understand that regardless of our different nationalities, regardless of religion, regardless of culture, we share this common planet. And we have a responsibility not only to protect it, but to get on well. And I have seen children from all nationalities get on so wonderfully that you walk away saying, why can't it always be like this? For about 10 years, I was a chairman of the board of the International School in New York. We had children from 101 different countries and teachers from 56 different countries, and it worked. When you walked in the morning and saw the kids running, playing, from all races, all religions, all back, and they were all extremely happy. But then you wonder what goes wrong when we grow up. That's why I say intolerance is taught.
My name is Annan Khani. I'm 15 years old and I'm Indian. How can we as future leaders better welcome visitors to our countries and our homes?
I think you have to, first of all, be open to outsiders. You have to understand that they have something to offer, that not only can you learn from them, but often they have something to offer to the country. I've seen societies that have been open to foreigners, that have allowed foreigners or immigrants to come in and work and to settle. Those are often the most dynamic countries, economically and socially. And obviously, the newcomers would also have to know that there are laws of the country which they have to respect and they need to adapt. But we should be open and also help them adapt.
My name is Rasmus Knudsen. I'm 13 years old. My father's from Denmark and Ghana, and my mother's from the UK. Nana Kofi, what is racism? Why does it exist in so many different places? What can children do to help reduce the problem?
Race and racism refers to a situation where two people of different race, one may be white, one may be black, and living in a community where one group is in majority, either white is in majority or the black is in majority, and decides to keep the others out, either because they feel they are inferior, they are not up to the same standard, and discriminate against them, and then don't give them the same rights or the same respect as they give to their own group. But children can be helped and be taught not to embrace these negative ideas, not to reject others because they are not like them, and reach out. As I said, I've seen children, they have no, it is the problem is also the parents.
My name is Dr. Nilai Odai. I am 14 years old. I am a Ghanaian.
My name is Azonko Simpi Jr. I am 12 years old. I am a Ghanaian. Our teachers tell us at school that the world's climate is changing because of pollution by human beings. What is the United Nations doing, and what role is there for children to help?
The United Nations has been very active on environmental issues and on climate change. We worked with governments to come up with a convention, the Kyoto Convention, which demands governments to reduce their carbon emission, not to pollute the earth, and to come up with new technology that will be cleaner and will not pollute the world. That we tell them to avoid burning coal and creating more carbon emissions. Cars can be more fuel efficient. We should be able to get more mileage up for a gallon. And governments are now beginning to look at this. And I think as individuals, we can plant trees. We see the desert expanding. On holidays, for example, we can all decide to plant a tree each. School children, parents. There's a wonderful woman in Kenya, one guy who won the Nobel Peace Prize, who, working with their compatriots, has planted millions of trees. This is something that any of us can do, and we should, at a young age, realize that the world is very fragile and that we need to take care of it. But I think the greater responsibility falls on us, the older generation. We have a responsibility to hold this earth in trust for the future generations. In fact, as the Kenyan proverb says, the earth is not ours. It's something we hold in trust for our children and their children. But I'm not sure we are going to be worthy of that trust the way we are exploiting the resources of the earth as if there is no tomorrow and not caring about pollution.
Jeg hedder Emilie, og jeg er 13 år. Mine forældre kommer fra Danmark, som ligger i Skandinavien. Nana, Kofi, har du et endeligt råd, du kan give os børn i nutidens computerverden? My name is Emilia, and I'm 13 years old. My parents are from Denmark, which is in Scandinavia. Nana, Kofi, what is your final advice for us children in the computerized world?
We should introduce them early in schools, and we should engage the richer world to make the equipment available, the knowledge available, and to work with us. And now with wireless technology, it ought to be possible to use personal computer in remote parts of the world. And I'm encouraged because quite a lot of the companies manufacturing PCs and foundations with money are very keen to get up. Professor Nick Negroponte of MIT is coming out with a computer of $100 for school children that can do everything that the PC can do. And so in time, it's not only going to be affordable, but it's going to be accessible. Use the system to get pricing to ensure that farmers get fair price lives. And I would encourage schools and teachers early in school.
Any short story from you, Uncle Kofi, to we the children of the world?
Well, I think there's always something to learn. One doesn't always learn only from books and from the classroom. You learn in your daily life. You learn as you travel. I remember as a young man, when I first went to America, my first winter was in one of the coldest states, Minnesota, where the weather can get to -30, given the wind chill factor. So it was necessary to wear layers and layers of clothes to keep yourself warm. Even though the houses were heated, you do get out to go to classes or to do things. And that I understood. I didn't like it, but I realized I had to wear it. But then there was also something they called ear muffs, which you wear to protect your ears. I didn't like them. I didn't think they were elegant, and so I said I'm not going to wear them. Until one day, when I had to go and get something to eat, it was so cold, I thought my ears were going to fall off. You know what I did the next day? I went and bought the biggest pair of earmuffs I could find, elegant or not, and then said to myself, you don't walk into a situation, into a country, into a village, and pretend you know better than the natives. You have to listen to them, and you have to follow what they do, because they know the environment. Another story I would tell you, Annan and I were in a certain country, and we like to walk. And so one morning at 7 o'clock, we woke up to go for an early morning walk. We walked for about an hour, and I turned to the guide. I said, we want to go back to the hotel. He said, good. Then I noticed we were turning in circles. So I looked at him, I said, we are lost, aren't we? He said, yes, we are lost. I don't know the city. I came from the other city only a week ago, so I'm new here too. So Nan and I looked at each other and we laughed. I said, another lesson. Don't always assume the guide knows where he or she is going. You must keep your eyes open yourself, so that when they get lost, you can get home and possibly get them home as well.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Akbar, je viens du Nigeria, je pars à l'école actuelle bilingue à Fenêtre Mermoz, à Dakar, Sénégal. Pour moi, Kofi Annan était un grand héros qui a non seulement fait la paix partout dans le monde, et aussi en Afrique, dans ses différents pays, le Sierra Leone, la Libéria et la République démocratique du Congo.
My name is Terry. I am Zimbabwean. I go to Dakar Academy in Senegal. I admire Kofi Annan because he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2001 with the United Nations for promoting a better organized and more peaceful world.
I'm Shumelo from South Africa and I'm 15. I'm enrolled at the International School of Dakar in Senegal. I admire Kofi Annan because he tried to fight against AIDS, and as it is a big problem in Southern Africa, particularly South Africa.
We are the children of Africa from different countries of the continent. We all have identities that make us who we are.
On behalf of we the children of the world, I thank you very much for spending quality time with us, Uncle Kofi.
It's good you are asking me all these stories, and I have lots of time for you, the young ones. You are the leaders of tomorrow. You're going to lead the world in the 21st century. So it's good that you become interested early, ask questions, and some of us who've had certain experiences also share them with you. So I encourage you to keep asking questions, to remain curious, and if you see things going wrong, you and your friends can come together and discuss what can we do. And almost always there's something to be done.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you.